The liver of rust. Sorry, the river of dust. Chrissy sang a song earlier on about Zion. This is actually taken from, well, the opening couplet is, we sat down by the river of dust and made a new song in praise of our Lord the innkeeper, whose wine is sweet and strong. We have been taken into captivity and we rejoice, for in bondage we are free, and in chains we have found our true voice. Which I think is taken from the Old Testament, sort of based on that, and fiddled around a bit and changed and made into Australian. This guzzle was conceived on Francis's tomb, while sitting on Francis's tomb. Oh, sorry, to the side. To the side. We sat down by the river of dust.
We sat down by the river of dust
and made a new song. In praise of our Lord the innkeeper.
In praise of our Lord the innkeeper,
whose wine is sweet and strong, sweet and strong. We have been taken into captivity.
We have been taken into captivity,
and we rejoice.
Oh, we rejoice.
For in bondage we are free.
In bondage we are free.
And in chains we have found our true voice, our true voice.
When we came here, first we planted a seed of poverty, and now, watered with our tears, it has become a new knowledge tree.
When we came here, when we came here, first we planted a seed of poverty, and now, watered with our tears, it has become a new knowledge tree. Oh. Our master said to us, sing me a song.
Our master said to us, sing me a
song of the olden days. So we ordered the stars. To repeat that first shout of praise, shout of praise. After a night of wine and song, when the morning came, the rising sun kissed the hills.
And they burst into flame,
compassion, when in no ways our worth be proved, and we have not yet even begun to love him as he should be loved. The laws which Moses brought down,
The laws which Moses brought down,
were leaves from the cask of this one, whose wine keeps us captive,
wine keeps us captive
by the waters of a new Babylon, Babylon.
Sat down by the river of dust and made a new song in praise of our Lord the Keeper, whose wine is sweet and strong, sweet and strong, sweet and strong.
Blanket play, and we all come on stage and we sat down and we talked about people like June Maynard and all these people that lived a long time ago and said wise things, and none of us knew what we were saying. This was a play written by Francis, and he called it Being is Dying by Loving. From that, a few nice little things came, lots of good songs, and a little set of skits called Squares. And to his dying day, Francis was still trying to work out a way of making it more popular, because nobody really liked the whole thing, because it was so tedious and full of meaning. So I don't know what's happened to it, but it's probably in the boxes somewhere waiting to be resurfaced and re-looked at. But this was the opening scene, or the opening play, and I think there are at least 24, about 30 at least. I think Steve Hine did the production at that time, so he'd probably have a better idea. But this was the opening scene, or the opening play, and it was based on the idea of the Greek theatre, but we actually put it to music. And Tim is now going to read it out, the actual words for you. It's a marvellous poem, and it's called People.
People are man, and man is people. Their bones are the structure of the universe. Their tongues are the harps of the stars. Their hearts are nets which can capture God. The sun rises each day only to light their work, and the night comes down to cover their secret wanderings. Only people give the day and the night significance. Although it took billions of years for them to appear, people were present in the act of creation. Each one burst out of the Word as a blazing sun to burn into a man. And with each one who dies, a whole world dies with him. Each one is born twice. From his first kiss, and when he bursts the limitations of the stars which cling to him. People build cities and monuments of music and poetry and stone to tame the nomad in them, to celebrate their eternal journeying. People were the reason for creation. There will be no end ever to people. Wars and earthquakes and tidal waves will wipe out cities and waste the farmlands. The ice will creep down, shearing off civilizations. But people will come up again. The earth will grow cold, but it will be replaced by another. For there must always be a place for people, a place on which to stand and sing.
People are man and man is people. Their bones are the structure of the universe. Their tongues are the harps of the stars. Their hearts are nets which can capture God. People are man and man is people. Their bones are the structure of the universe. Their tongues are the harps of the stars. And their hearts are nets which can capture God. The sun rises each day, rises each day. People only to light their work. The sun rises each day, only to light their work. The sun nation.